Sunday when I was working had a huge fire, so we're going to be delivering right next door to the fire. It's a 3-alarm fire. 3 stations had to respond to it. And then the roof, I guess, caved in, so they had to do 2 big tower ladders spraying water down on it. It said it was very difficult to put out. It was a textile warehouse, so it's full of bolts of material, all different kinds. In fact, my wife likes shopping there because they had a really large variety of stuff. It's just a little warehouse tucked away in the little Austin Lane, which is a tight little neighborhood. So we're taking a 40-foot container over there to a company that when you sell your house, you can have it, what do they call it? Staged. So they stage houses for real estate opens. So it's a load of furniture, basically. So to get to Austin Lane, we got to get over Dillingham Boulevard, which is completely under construction, and the road that I would normally take is blocked off. It's been blocked off for quite a few months now. Because normally I would just make a right up here at this next street, and follow that up to King Street, make a right, go down a few blocks, we're at Austin. Instead, we're going to take a little more turns, a little bit longer. Right here where the road bends, it's actually now leading away from Austin. So this is a little bit longer, but we won't have to make as many turns. So the hurricane fell apart. It got to within, it was a nice strong hurricane up until like a day and a half ago, and then all of a sudden it went from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to tropical storm, and it fell apart. And it's north of us about, I think it's over 200 miles. So the width of the storm, when it was a hurricane, the hurricane winds were 25 miles out from the eye, so that's 50 miles of hurricane force winds, and then 70 miles out from the eye was the entire storm. So you're looking at a storm that's 140 to 145 miles total across, and it's still over 200 miles away from us. So we'll get some waves and maybe some humidity. It's been pretty humid last night, today. It's kind of a misty day. Every now and then we get a little mist of rain. Still, it's pretty hot outside. It's 87, 88 degrees. One more week of hot weather, then it starts cooling off slowly but surely. By the second week of October, we'll be below 85 degrees, and to me, that's comfortable. Above 85 is uncomfortable, below 85 is comfortable. Provided, you know, you're not out in the dirt. Looks like another things. When I was a tour bus driver, that building that's going to be torn down used to be a macadamia nut candy factory. We used to take tour buses there to buy souvenir candy. It was one of those non-sanctioned stops that many of the drivers knew about. So you weren't supposed to stop there, but if you could find the time, stop there for, you know, half hour and you get a little kickback from the owner. Again, this is 30 some years ago. Looks like it's going to be rebuilt or torn down. I'm not sure which. So we'll just take this Cahamilo Street up to King Street, make a right, go down to Austin Lane. We're not sure what started the fire. What last reports I heard, buildings like complete total. It was hard to put out. It was a Sunday. Nobody was in the building, so nobody was injured. But they had to evacuate the whole neighborhood, which is a high density residential neighborhood. There's a school next door. Again, it was a Sunday, so not a whole lot of people were around as far as the schools go, but across the street is a lot of people living there, and they had to evacuate. So we're gonna go take a look, see what the fuss was about. I noticed the smoke coming off of it when I was working Sunday on my last run. I looked over and I said, wow, and that looks like it's coming from the area of the Costco gas station. There's a lot of gray and black smoke. Later on that night, found out it was the textile factory, a textile warehouse. What's interesting is the building next to it is an old fire station. At least I think it's an old fire station. I'm not sure what it's used for now, but that building's ahead there, the yellow and red. Yeah. I think that's the old fire station. Right behind it is where the warehouse is. And we're going to the warehouse right behind that on Austin Lane. Scheduled to be delivered yesterday, but they called up and says they're still dealing with a lot of the aftermath of the fire and smoke, and wanted to reschedule for today. Fire station. I don't know if it's being used today. Real tight squeeze in here. used to be an electrical company. We did a lot of work with them. They used to. I don't know what they moved, so that I know they're not there anymore. But oh boy, these dumpsters are here because of the fire, I guess. So now we got to deal with that. Let's see if we can make this work. Austin Lane's always been tight. Luckily, I've been here hundreds of times, so I kind of know what to expect. Two-step processes. We got it. We're running out. They want to do something. Okay. Like smoke, like garbage smoke, you know, when you burn garbage.
see, because it's already full.
You guys have a barbecue?
Yeah, they had one. Timber stuff. Like, you know, stuff from China.
Yeah.
Like little. Yeah. Sure.
You guys at all?
Huh?
You guys get hurt by it?
Yeah. No more power, and we got flooded out.
Oh yeah.
So we had to do heating today.
Yeah, I thought it was dumping water on the roof.
Yeah. I hope they do. I know we do. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was full of stuff. Look at that. Yeah, I know exactly what kind of place this was. See all the Amazon boxes? There's a lot of these warehouses throughout town. Right. They buy unclaimed merchandise from Amazon. You never know what you get if you buy it by the pound. It's usually all kinds of cheap Chinese junk. And they try to find some way to market it. Amazon unclaimed packages. Yeah, you buy it by the pound, you know, and then you don't know what you're going to get, and then it's always, you know, cheap Chinese junk. And then you try to find out how to sell it online, you know. The whole warehouse was full of all this plastic and kids' toys and stuff like that. You know, it smells like burnt garbage. Yeah. So we got 12:25. Danny signed on. Danny. Okay. All right. We got another one. We're going to go to the shipping terminal, pick up a 45-foot container full of oh wait. Oh, we're going to go back to our yard and pick up a 45-foot container full of electrical products going down to an electrical distributor. That'll be our next. That's about it. 4:09. How do I get this back on the radio? I'm driving the spare truck today, so. Okay. FM. AM. That is auxiliary FM. Yeah, so we came in at 5:30. We'll be out of here by 4:30. We did 9 container movements. We drove 162 miles. No, 168 miles. But yeah, my truck that I normally drive is driven by another driver on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, I drive that truck right over there. But this guy's out on leave right now. And the funny thing is, this was going to be my truck. And the driver who's driving this truck was going to drive the newer truck. But when he drove that newer truck, he says, you know, this older truck, this truck has got twice the number of miles on it. But it's got some benefits. It's got a high fifth wheel, and the engine is much stronger for some reason. And so after driving the newer truck, he says, I'd rather take my old truck back. And that's always been my case. I'd always rather drive an older truck than the new trucks, because the new trucks just seem to get worse and worse and worse. As far as their ability to work hard. But that is it for today. We're going to head on home. Got some pork chops left over, some beans, some rice, some salad. Gonna have a big meal. We're off tomorrow, then we'll be back on Thursday, Friday. Thanks for watching. Aloha.